So last night I watched a movie, a very in-depth, progressive, heavy-thinking movie, and I thought about how everything on this planet gets sick at one time or another. And right now, our whole planet is feeling very ill in many different ways. The oceans, which I still think are alive, that are part of us, part of life, and that the oceans are feeling very sick. And when the oceans feel very sick, we all feel a little bit sick. And the sicker the oceans get, the sicker we get. And this may not make a lot of sense right now. I'm going to go up and do a video. We'll talk about this a little bit after the video. So keep watching. All right. The U.S. has already seen 7 different billion-dollar weather disasters this year, according to NOAA. The number comes as the nation has experienced 60 such disasters in the past 3 years. This is the most disasters since record-keeping began in 1980. The number of billion-dollar disasters so far in 2023 is significant, NOAA says. Only 2017 and 2020 had more during this time frame, with 8 separate disasters recorded in the January-April period. In total, the extreme weather events killed 97 people and caused more than $19 billion in damages. The costliest and deadliest events so far this year were 2 severe weather outbreaks in the southeast, as well as the ongoing flooding in California from a series of atmospheric rivers that brought heavy rain and record snows. Storms in California, meanwhile, killed 22 people and cost $3.5 billion from late December to March. So far, 2023 stands out for the remarkable warmth that covered many parts of the U.S. and the world. So it's quite obvious to most people that the planet is very sick, that the oceans are very sick. But unfortunately, humans aren't paying attention to that. You know why? Because they're not communicating with other humans the way they should be. They're being very harsh, mean, and belligerent to others, and not being kind and trying to figure out how we can help each other to help ourselves get through this. Now, I've been in a dream study and a sleep study at the VA for over a year now, and they've been helping me work through the problems of sleep. I'm a heavy dreamer. I dream very vividly and very detailed with conversations and dialogue, and the dreams can go most of the night. And I'll wake up with a lousy feeling in my insides because all these dreams I've been having have had a common theme all the time, every dream I've had. Maybe you've had the same, where your dreams are many different facets of life, both past, present, and future, but they all seem to have the same message to them. And the message is what's so important with dreaming. And maybe our thinking that there is another way to communicate is right there in front of our eyes every night that we fall asleep. There is another way of communicating, and that's with ourselves and trying to figure out what to do next with our lives and how we can progress. I saw this movie last night that just blew me away. It's down in the description. It's called Arrival. Maybe some of you have already seen it. And the message is sort of the same message that I see in my dreams. That it's so important that we see this on an individual basis, that we're going down the wrong road, that we are not trying to work with each other to help ourselves, if you know what I mean. We need to get along. We need to fix this problem before we can fix any other problems, it seems like. And because we're drifting farther and farther apart, farther and farther, the hate, disinformation, the constant bombardment of lies and disinformation is so thick that we cannot figure out how to get along with each other, so that we can begin to fix the health of our planet, especially the ocean. If we fix the ocean, we fix ourselves. It all starts with the ocean. Now, the oceans have heated and cooled for years and years, and that doesn't seem to be that much of part of the sickness. But when you see our oceans, and they communicate with us via the shoreline, when we see dead fish washing up porpoises and whales, manatees, and tons of seaweed of all different types and garbage everywhere. That's a form of communications with us. And if we don't pay attention to this because we're so engulfed with fighting with each other and drinking up this nonsense of disinformation that's pouring out of the airways, and certain people are just fomenting it, and they foment it every single minute they can, and it's not doing us any good. And we need to pay attention to what our dreams are telling us and the message that our dreams are telling us. And unless we do that, we're on a road to absolute horribleness. And there's nothing anybody can do until we decide to help ourselves by paying attention to that other form of communication. I appreciate any comments you have on this. Tell me about your communications with dreaming, and have you seen a theme of your own dreams over and over? Different subjects every night, different places that you're at, but the overall theme seems to be the same. Let me know about that. And hopefully, somehow, we can get the message out that we can't hate our way out of this. Thank you for your ups, your new subscribers, and definitely your comments. And until next time.